A group of friends, Anton, Lena, Max, and Katya, decided to spend the weekend in nature. They chose an old forest near a village, where, according to rumors, there were abandoned places. They loved adventures and were always seeking new experiences. On a sunny Saturday, they set off into the forest, bringing tents and supplies. The walk through the woods was captivating. They admired the nature and took photos of the beautiful scenery. However, towards the evening, they stumbled upon an old path that wasn't marked on any map. Deciding to explore it, they followed the trail deeper into the forest. After a while, the path led them to ancient iron gates, overgrown with moss and ivy. Behind the gates, barely visible through the dense foliage, were old gravestones. Anton suggested they take a look inside, and curiosity got the better of them. Once inside, they realized they were in an abandoned cemetery. The graves were covered with moss and mold, many headstones were broken, and the names on them had faded over time. An eerie silence pervaded the area, interrupted only by the rustling of leaves underfoot. Lena noticed that crows were circling around the cemetery. Their cawing sounded like ominous forewarnings. Max, always prone to jokes, quipped, "Maybe it's a witch's cemetery. What if we disturb an ancient curse?" But no one laughed. The atmosphere grew increasingly tense. Katya, feeling a strange unease, suggested they return to the camp, but the others decided to stay a bit longer. They began examining the gravestones, trying to read the eroded inscriptions. Anton, wandering a bit farther, discovered a crypt with a slightly ajar door. He called the others over, and all four approached the crypt. Inside, it was dark and cool. Their flashlights illuminated the old stone walls, covered in cobwebs. In the far corner, they saw an ancient coffin covered in dust. Max, driven by curiosity, decided to open it. With difficulty, he lifted the lid, revealing a horrifying sight. Inside lay a skeleton in tattered clothes, clutching an ancient amulet. Suddenly, the crypt doors slammed shut, and the friends were trapped inside. Their flashlights started flickering, and the air grew icy. Anton felt something invisible pass by him, sending a shiver down his spine. Suddenly, the amulet in the skeleton's hands glowed with a dead light, and the skeleton began to move. Lena screamed, but her cry was drowned out by a horrifying laughter echoing from the darkness. The skeleton slowly rose from the coffin, its empty eye sockets glowing with a sinister fire. The friends, in panic, rushed to the door, trying to open it, but it wouldn't budge. When all seemed lost, Katya remembered some ancient spells she had studied out of curiosity. She began reciting one, hoping it would help. As she finished the last words of the spell, the amulet's light faded, and the skeleton collapsed back into the coffin. The crypt doors opened by themselves. Running out of the crypt, the friends fled the cemetery without looking back. When they finally returned to their camp, they found their tents dismantled and their belongings scattered throughout the forest. But they were relieved to have escaped with their lives. Since then, none of them spoke about that day. But every night in their dreams, they heard the sinister laughter and the cawing of crows. None of them ever dared to return to that forest again.